This presentation explains the intent and purpose of Core Requirement 9, Facility Requirements. There are many aspects to responsible electronics reuse and recycling. Core 9 focuses on the physical building and location where processing and storage occurs. Requirements in Core 9 cover three key areas: a safe processing and storage environment, insurance that will cover the potential risks and liabilities specific to the facility's operation, and a closure plan for proper cleanup of the facility in the event of an unplanned closure or abandonment. Processing and storage of electronic equipment, components, and materials needs to be done in an environment that is safe, secure, and legally compliant. By safe, it needs to protect equipment and materials from adverse weather conditions. It also needs to protect the surrounding area from uncontrolled releases of electronic materials or other toxic substances during processing or storage. In almost all cases, this means indoor processing and storage to prevent contamination of soil, air, and water, all of which can cause significant harm to the environment and the health of people living in nearby communities. The facility must also be secure to prevent unauthorized access. This is very important to prevent theft of data-containing equipment or components, or the disposal of focus materials in an uncontrolled manner. Core 9 also requires facilities to have insurance to cover the risks and liabilities for their specific operation. The coverage needed for each facility is dictated by the types of equipment or materials the facility accepts and the processes taking place. For example, the risks for operating shredders and heavy equipment at a materials recovery facility will be different than the risks for a refurbishing facility that only tests and repairs electronics. The third area of focus is the closure plan. R2 facilities must have a plan in place for the proper cleanup of the facility in the event of an unplanned closure or abandonment, and a financial instrument in place to cover those cleanup costs. The reason for this is to prevent those costs from being shouldered by a landlord, local municipality, or the original suppliers of the electronics that were left behind. Abandonment of a facility typically occurs when a company is having financial difficulties and does not have the funds to process certain types of equipment or materials that have been accumulating on site. The closure plan should detail what it would take to process all the remaining inventory, clean up any pollution, and bring the facility back to leasable or saleable condition. Facilities must also secure a financial instrument to fund the closure plan. The financial instrument requirement may not apply to very small, low-risk facilities where certain conditions are met. The facility requirements in Core 9 work hand in hand with the other requirements in the R2 standard to protect people and the environment from the risks associated with the handling and storage of used electronics. For more information about the R2 v3 standard, visit the R2 Knowledge Base on the SERI website.